This is Yerushalmi Demai, and the article Oz V'Had edition on Daf Nun Gimel Amar, and we are uh, 5 lines to the bottom. This is going to be Gamliel. In the Vilna edition, we are on Daf Chav Hey Amud Beis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines from the top. Gamliel. So, Baz changes the Gilsa to in the Gra. Chaim does not accept this change, but the Baz does name the Gra to consider Gamliel Rabbi Yehuda. Is saying that the previous brisa, which we learned yesterday, which says that if you changed what you from what it was, right, then whether it's you changed it, took it from another soda, or you changed it and took it from the same, even from the same soda but different min, then meiser and noising. Well, you have to take off meiser before you give it to whoever you're giving it to, because otherwise you're being parei your chayv from something which it doesn't belong to you. So as we said yesterday, so this brisa is Rabbi Yehuda. Our Mishnah said, "Amos says but if it's lacking either thing, it's not from that soda, nor from either it's not from the soda, or if it's not from the min, then meiser menoisim. You have to take a meiser first." And Madatani Rabbi Chia said, "Oh no, as long as it's from the same field, it doesn't matter if it's the same min or not." That is from that in our Mishnah is Chachamim. Chachamim say so if a Torah knows saying lo, it doesn't make that distinction. So it sounds like between this mean and another mean, but it does say Chachuker Sodem Yisrael. It sounds like it has to be at least the same field. So that seems to be the correlation here between the Rechia and the Brisa versus the Brisa and our Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda versus the Chachamim. So the Gemara asks now, it asks who pliga? Do they taka argue? The Brisa and Rabbi Chia? Not necessarily. Could be that masnisim b'makom ploni nagla soson kiflan kechitim. If there's a discrepancy between the price of the sa'orim, price of chitim, even in the same field, so then you have to be ma'aser. You have to give it me'os amin. You can't switch minim. Why is that? Because there's too huge a discrepancy. So therefore, even if it's in the same field, since it's 2 minim, which have a tremendous price gap, if you're paying back from the other min, then you have to meiser what you're giving before you pay back it to the owner of the field. But in the case of my tiny Rabbi Chia, not necessarily argues about a different case. It's about when it's a 1-to-1 proportion. And therefore, it's a 1-to-1 proportion. So therefore, the fact that you're paying in Sorim instead of Mechitim is not. It doesn't look like it doesn't have that Maris Ein issue of being parer from something else, which looks like it's like you're being parer Yechov with some form of tevel, but rather it is in that case, as long as it's from the same field, then it doesn't matter. You can be parer with a different min. So you don't necessarily argue the different cases. Bryce is still talking about a case where there's a price discrepancy, or he's talking about a place where there's no price discrepancy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the next part of the Mishnah. Somebody who's choker soda from a non-Jew has to be ma'aser lo. So the ma'aser before he pays whatever payment is due to the non-Jew, he has to take off meiser. In the article, of course, there's a header here. Indicates something about the next part of the Mishnah. So in this, the Gemara says, wait a minute, what's the difference? The Hachat Omer Torah Menotzin Lo, before by Chokah Misol, you say only has to take off Truma before he pays. You say take off Meiser. What's the difference? Rabbi Shimon Yochanan said, let me find you if you're in Choker Min Akum. We want to make it harder for you, so you buy it back. So you buy the field. So therefore, you have to Meiser before you give it to him. The Lo Katsu B'Choker Yisrael. They didn't find when you're choker from a Jew. Um, so then Rabbi Law, B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan said, Tafsa Mida Sadin b'Choker Minakum, Lo Tafsa b'Choker Misrael. Says we go by the Mida Sadin, by the choker from a non-Jew, but not by choker Misrael. What does he mean? So the Gra, the Baz brings down here, the Gra and Shno Silio, well, actually, that's going later on, so never mind. So he says that it's not a fine. It's Tafasta Mida Sadin b'Choker Mina Akum. That the Mida Sadin in the Yerushalmi means the Choshen Mishpah Halacha. And if you look at Bnei Moshe explains, it's not strict. It's a strict halacha. Ela de masdisin da'acha medina amra shal schoicher chiyuv ha'maisros. That's the strict letter of the law. Akum tafsa b'midas adin. So what about the previously? Masin del b'choiker misol lo to chachamim leave sok leave fosbo lefi midas adin. They didn't go off normal chosh mishpah halacha, which should require you to ma'aser before you pay from it. Ella, kosher nosin me osa sadim ilsamin, ain't tzarech laser lo. The laser. They bent the rules for this person as long as paying for that sada and that min. The makom the ikok peidok kosher nosin me sada acheres. I mean acher, a place where there's a peida, where you're getting from where for acheres. I mean acher bo domer chachamim should tzarech laser. In that case, Chachamim said you have to meiser. So, according to the way Moshe explains it, there's no knas involved. According to the first opinion, there's a knas, right? Knas by lokach from choker minakum, and the shura sadin is by choker misro. According to according to Rabbi Law, B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan, no. He says, really min adin, the choker should have to take meiser, because it's porei chovo. He's paying back a loan, so he should take a meiser. That's what it says by the akum. By choker, so they're meko, to rely on the machir to take off Chumas HaMeiser. Why do we rely on the machir? Because since Rov Amar, this is from Reb Chaim, since most Amaratim are meiser, in order that Eretz Yisrael should not be fallow, in order that Chekrim should actively seek the land of a Jew to cultivate it, they're makel on the Cheker. So, and Hanami, according to him, like I said before, question what the baseline is. According to the first opinion, the baseline is the halacha by Choker Misro. He takes by Choker Mi Yisrael, right? The mistake of Truma. They were machmir Choker Minakum in order to try and get him to buy the land outright from the Akum. According to Rabbi Law, no, the baseline is what you do with Choker Minakum. You show us the of Meiser. But they're mako by Choker Yisrael in order that there should be Chokerim should jump at the opportunity to be Choker and to cultivate the land. Okay, the next one is very confusing. The Girsa. Everybody changed the Girsa in this Moshe, the Gra, the Ridbaz, and the Reb Chaim in wake of the Gra. So we're going to change the Girsa like everybody else. So the way to read it is, it's confusing even to read it with all the changes. Masniksa Messiah le Rabbi Law. HaChoyker Sada mi Yisrael Torei Menosin Lo. Mer Meiser V'Nosin Lo. Okay, so we're talking about Choker Sada mi Yisrael. And it says Torei Menosin Lo. But then Rabbi Meir says Choker Menosin Lo. Sounds like Rabbi Meir is that the baseline is Chachamim. And the Chachamim, Rabbi Meir is coming to say that we're machmir on Yisrael. We're koines Yisrael. Can't be, right? Doesn't make sense. Why be koines b'choker Yisrael? What kana should there be? I understand Knas B'Choker Mi'akum. Like Knas Yisrael. That's what Gemara comes to say. Rabbanin Amru Kansu Chayim B'Choker Mi'akum. V'lo Kansu Chachon B'Choker Yisrael. Like Rabbi Law says, we said Chachamim were koines from well, not Rabbi Law. If we're going to say Chachamim were koines, then Chachamim were koines B'Choker Mi'akum, not B'Choker Yisrael. And the Gemara says, Rabbi, now according to the Girsa of the, which is changed, Rabbi Meir Omer Af Konsul Yisrael, Yesh Knas Yisrael. So how can you? Because it sounds like according to this Bryce would be coming to say that Rabbi Meir holds the Koines B'Choker Yisrael. If you hold like the other opinion, not Rabbi Law, so that doesn't make sense. Elah Hacheni. So this is after you learn it. Rabbanan Amrei. That Rabbanan say Lo Tov Samida Sadim B'Choker Yisrael. That's the Rabbanan Shita, and therefore you only have to be Torah. Rabbi Meir Omer, not Ain, but Tov Samida Sadim B'Choker Yisrael. That the Midas Adin does apply B'Choker Yisrael. Okay, that's again the way you have to read it in order to make it work out, and that's basically the way the Ridbaz reads it. The Reb Chaim seems to be a little bit different, but we're going to go with the Ridbaz. Now we say Masnisa Messiah LeChevraya. Mishnah agrees with the Chevraya. The Chevraya, the people arguing Rabbi Law. This price. Achoker Sodim Min Akum, somebody who Choker field from a non-Jew, Ma'aser Menoiselo, that's like a Ma'aser. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Toreim Benoselo. Rabbi Shimon says that you Toreim Benoselo. So what's going on here? Rabban Omrei Tovsa Mida Sadin B'Choker Mina Akum. How can this go to Rabbi Law? Because Rabban is saying that Tovsa Mida Sadin B'Choker Mina Akum. That you go according to Mida Sadin by a choker from a non-Jew, which is Ma'aser Menoiselo. The lot of some Mida Sadin, the choker Yisrael, whereas Mida Sadin was not Toiv is Choker Yisrael. That's okay. That's Rabbanan. Problems of Rabbi Shimon. And Shimon lot of some Mida Sadin, the choker Mina Akum. Then Rabbi Shimon's going to come along and say, no, we're making by choker Mina Akum. How can that be? If anything, we make it by Yisrael, not by an Akum. Could somebody say like that? No. This is obviously going like the Chevraya. Chenum is the way to read it. The way to understand is Chachamim were kindness when you take it from a non-Jew in order to buy it back. Israel, and they weren't kindness when you take them from Israel. And then Rabbi Shimon Omer lo Chachamim you weren't doing kindness by Lokech Minakum. He doesn't hold the Knas. So this second brisa only works out if you're going according to Chevraya. The first brisa only works out according to Rabbi Law. The second brisa only works out if you're going according to Chevraya. And that's the end of that very difficult piece. And I think that that's where we're going to finish for today, because we are well into Daf Nun Dalet, practically the end of Daf Nun Dalet. I see that the article always uses Goy instead of Akum. Anyway, the Ficha is something new.